Ring cameras are definitely top of market when it comes to options, ease of setup, and user-friendliness, and you could possibly start your own streaming channel with all the fascinating stuff a Ring camera can record. It seems like each year Ring brings out new cameras and accessories that are genuinely useful. Case in point, the Ring Stick-Up Cam plug-in with the pan-tilt mount. In this review, I'll take a look at what you're getting with this kit and what this specific camera is designed to do, and how well the pan-tilt mount works to help it see into more places. I'll wrap things up by going over the pros and the cons and let you know if I think I can recommend this setup for you. Let's start with the camera itself. Ring's Stick-Up Cam plugin is one of Ring's most popular cameras, and it's been around for several years. This version is the 3rd generation model, and it comes with 2 cords, one for indoor use and one for outdoor. It can sit on a surface or be mounted to a wall, and there's a separate ceiling kit available too. Ring does not appear to declare an IP rating for this camera, saying only it's weather resistant and noting that the maximum operating temperature is -5 Fahrenheit to 122 Fahrenheit, or about -20 Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius. I've reviewed probably over a dozen Ring devices over the years, and I can say that their outdoor cameras are extremely durable. My previous Ring outdoor cameras are still going strong out in my yard after many years of harsh climate. The indoor-outdoor pan-tilt mount is a separate device that's going to connect with your Ring Stick-Up Cam. The mount consists of an electronic base with a swiveling L-shaped bracket that the camera will slide onto. Once it's connected to the camera, it offers full 360-degree motion as well as 117-degree tilt. I will just note the camera won't spin in a complete circle. It will only go to the edge of its field of view before you'll have to pan it back all the way around to get the other side. You can also create your own default position to easily reorient your device. Now, it might be important to point out that this camera does not track motion automatically like some other similar devices do. And by motion tracking, I just mean when a person leaves the frame, the camera would follow them to figure out where they've gone and let you see what's going on. Some other devices in the Amazon Ring ecosystem, like the Echo Show 10, do that. Now, instead, you're going to need to manually adjust your camera's field of view by doing things like panning and tilting the camera using the joystick inside the Ring app. I don't want us to get too much further into this review without touching on what I think is an important point. To get the most out of this camera and really the entire Ring ecosystem, you need to expect to pay a monthly fee. Ring has monthly cloud recording and storage plans known as Ring Protect plans. Before you buy a camera, I do recommend you go to the website and check out the options and the pricing before you commit. I've had a Ring Plus plan for years, and I think it's actually been really worth it. Okay, let's get on to the setup. Setting up any Ring device is really easy, whether it's a first for you or you've got plenty of other devices across the Ring ecosystem. In this case, just plug in the camera and open the Ring app. The app is going to search for your camera and add it to your lineup. You will need to choose how it's powered. So once you select the pan-tilt mount option, the app is going to prompt you to remove the base and insert the new mount. A few more steps will take you through some configuration options where you can make adjustments, but then that's it and you're ready to go. I opted to place my camera indoors in my house so I could keep an eye on my dogs when we're not home. Ring cameras use advanced motion detection with customizable motion zones to alert you to any motion within range of the camera. Now with these, you essentially tell the camera that certain parts visible in the frame don't need to trigger alerts. And this is really handy if, say, you live on a street with a busy sidewalk and you only want to get alerts if someone walks up to your door. Similarly, inside a house, you could set your camera so that it doesn't alert you if your pets are in the living room, but if they get up on the sofa, you'll get tagged. You can set your camera to alert you to any movement or just at certain times of day or night or certain types of motion like when it sees people. Plus, the camera also has night vision. Like I said, my primary use was for watching the dogs, and it was more than enough for me to keep an eye on them, though I did also find the camera useful to do things like check if the front door was locked or if I left the stove on. It's quite handy having a movable camera in the house since it can be the eyes you might not be able to have. And what's the video like? 1080 HD resolution cameras are kind of table stakes when it comes to video quality, and that's what you're getting with this camera. It's a good balance of clear image quality and efficient bandwidth usage, but identifying faces outdoors beyond about 5 or 6 feet away might be a little difficult because of the limited resolution. There is also night vision, which might be good enough to ping you with a motion notification if it catches movement, but it might not be much help at any kind of distance. Now, you can zoom in to some extent in the Ring app, which does help. Now, Stick-Up Cam's view when used without the pan tilt mount has a pretty wide field of view for maximum coverage with a 130-degree diagonal, 110 horizontal, and 57-degree vertical field of view. Adding the mount, you can reach a full 360 degrees of motion as well as 117 degrees tilt, but that's of course only if you're operating the camera yourself. When it's locked into its home position, you do only get that base reach. I can definitely say the camera is easy to maneuver using the 4-way virtual joystick inside the Ring app. The movement actually responds fairly quickly, so it should be easy to catch anything that's happening. The motion of the camera, too, is virtually silent. It makes a very subtle humming sound as it's changing position, but it's barely noticeable.
For an entry-level security camera, the 2-way audio of the Stick-Up camera is a welcome feature.
You can turn on the microphone or speaker to talk or listen. The audio may seem a bit on the low side when you're listening to it here, but it's entirely capable of handling quick exchanges with your delivery guy.
Show me my cameras.
You can even combine Ring's Stick-Up Cam with Alexa so that whenever anyone triggers Ring's built-in motion zones, your Echo device will jingle and make an announcement, or your Echo Show will let you see, hear, and speak to anyone captured on camera.
In case you're wondering, the Ring pan tilt mount can only be powered with a plug and cannot be used with what's called the quick release battery pack or with a solar panel.
I can say the alerts from Ring cameras come to my phone fairly quickly. While they are sometimes delayed a couple of seconds, it's not usually a problem. And of course, if you're subscribed to one of the Ring Protect plans, you're going to get recorded video footage of that stuff anyway, so you will have a chance to review it after the fact. Kind of another good reason to subscribe to the plan.
Overall, this is a great camera package for those who don't need something wireless. Like all the Ring devices I've reviewed, this one is easy to set up and it integrates perfectly into my Ring and Alexa-enabled home.
The resolution is standard for home security cameras of this type, and while I'd love 4K, that's just not really a product that's widely available yet. The camera also does include night vision, and the addition of the pan tilt mount goes a long way to increasing the available view. Using the joystick in the Ring app, it's easy to move the camera around, and even with all that motion, you've got a few options for mounting it. I also appreciate that the camera operates silently.
When it comes to the downsides, on its own merits, I can't really think of anything that's problematic with this camera. While I would love to see Ring introduce some motion tracking that could actually follow a person around the room with the camera, that might be me nitpicking and wishing for features that just don't exist yet within the Ring ecosystem, even if they do exist with other devices. So to sum up, if you're looking for a consistently powered smart home security camera that doesn't take up a lot of space, I can recommend the Ring Stick-Up Cam plug-in with pan tilt mount for you. It sells for about $145 when packaged with the mount. The camera on its own can be had for about $99, and then you can add the mount later on for about $45. If you do want to check out what a motion tracking 360-degree moving camera is like, I reviewed one, and you can see that review right now.